Okay, if I have a fraction or a quotient, right? Quotient means division, so a fraction like this is a quotient. It's this divided by this. If I have a quotient or a fraction and it's raised to a power, that power just applies to everything inside, kind of just the same way as with the product, the exponent just applies to everything. Why? Well, let's just take a look what this means, right? This means 2x over n times n, right? That's what this means. And it means that 4 times. Okay, now what happens here? When I multiply fractions, I multiply across the top and I multiply across the bottom. So this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 2 to the 4th. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. That's 16. This is x times x times x times x. That's x to the 4th. And this is n times 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 n. That's a total of 8 n's. Okay, and if you notice what happened here, I did 2 to the 4th, x to the 4th, and n squared to the 4th. Okay, and notice we multiplied exponents here like we do when it's outside the parentheses like that, because this was 4 groups of 2 n's. Okay, so we can see I don't have to write it out the long way. Okay, I can just say, oh, it's going to be 2 to the 4th, x to the 4th, and then this is n squared to the 4th. Okay, so here, let's try it without writing it out the long way. This is going to be d to the 4th, and then this e squared to the 4th is going to become e to the 8th, right? That's going to be 2 e's 4 times. What about here with numbers? This is 2 to the 3rd. That's 2 times 2 times 2. Look, not 2 times 3. It is not 6. It is not 6 on the top. Okay, this is not 3 times 3. This is not 9 on the bottom. Okay, this is 2 to the 3rd power. That's 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Okay, this is 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Okay. Here's a big one. Look, I don't want to write it out the long way. Okay, now I could start just going in and taking everything to the 4th power. I'm going to not do that first. Watch what I'm going to do first. I'm going to keep this to the 4th power. This fraction can be simplified. What do I mean? Well, let's look at the numbers first. Can 2 over 3 be simplified? No, there's nothing that both 2 and 3 divide by, so that can't be simplified. Can this be simplified? Yes, absolutely. Look, there's 7 x's on the top, 2 on the bottom. 2 are going to cancel and leave me with just x to the 5th on the top. Okay, here I have a y on the top and 3 y's on the bottom. So 1 y is going to cancel and leave me with 2 y's left over on the bottom. Okay, so notice I first simplified the fraction. Okay, then that exponent, then to the 4th power. Okay, watch what happens next. Now I'm going to do this. Otherwise, I would have ended up I would have got a bunch of big numbers. This would have been x to the 28th, and then I would have had to simplify with a bunch of big numbers. That's silly. It's not wrong. You could do it. It's just harder. Okay, so this is 2 to the 4th power. That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 16. X to the 5th to the 4th power. That's 5 x's 4 times. That's x to the 20. 3 to the 4th power. That's, look, and I'm going to write it out just so I can make sure I do the math. This is 3 times 3. That's 9. Times 3 is 27. Times 3 is 81. You could also do it like this. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Okay, and then y to the 2nd to the 4th power. That's 2 y's 4 times. That's this.